Hey everybody, I wanted to take another look at this mower deck and give an update. First of all, anyone who's watching may notice I've got better video and audio quality now. That's because I've actually gotten a real camera rather than trying to use my phone the whole time. So hopefully this works out a lot better. Secondly, in one of my last videos, I noticed this washer combination when I pulled the pulley system apart on this deck was kind of strange. And what it is it's a push lock washer, and then this larger washer was down on here on the deck and acted as a spacer to get this bearing up off the surface of the deck. So I didn't like the way it looked because when I tried to do a sub-assembly, I tried to put everything all together, and it goes kind of like this. Yeah, kind of like that. It was pretty difficult to assemble everything correctly. That big washer wanted to move around quite a bit. And I think the way it was set up was in the factory. I have a feeling this was all assembled together from the start. Probably kind of like this. And then I think they had this washer on here to act as a spacer, and then they held it all on with this push lock type washer, but push nut, I guess is what it's called. But for what I'm doing, I don't really need any of that stuff. So what I did, I found the specs on this guy, and it's like 2.5 millimeters thick, and it should sit just snugly on the bearing. It should just sit on this race right here, but not touch this outer race. So I went ahead and dug around, looked around, and I found just a regular flat washer that'll fit right in there and pile it pretty well in the setup. So it's an M10 bolt that should go right in. So I'm going to go ahead and try to put it together. That's pretty good, and it feels pretty normal. So what I had noticed on all my inspections with this pulley wiggles like that, but when I looked at the bearing, I saw it really wasn't that bad. And what the issue is, the bushing that goes inside the bearing is got some play in it. That's all it is. I think it's okay. If it's noisy or rattly when I start running, then I'll address it. I can get replacement bushings, but I just didn't really think it was worth it. There were witness marks on the outside edge of that bushing that told me it maybe moved around a little bit, but again, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Additionally, I've got this new bearing that I can put on as well, which I've displayed that in a previous video. I'll go ahead and slap this thing on there, see how it looks. Also got a replacement for this guy. Went ahead and picked one up because I didn't like the way that bearing felt. Put him on as well. This is a bigger challenge than I thought it would be. I'm really failing at this today. Oh yeah, that's real nice. Now hopefully, if everything's in order, when this deck runs, all you'll hear is the blades spinning, and no squeaking or squealing or grinding. Also recall in another video, I showed how this wheel had actually worn into the bracket because it had, the inside hub of the wheel had worn out, and the bolt had worn pretty badly. It looked pretty bad. Yeah, just worn out, just shot. So I went ahead and picked up a new wheel and bolt, and they look pretty nice. And after seeing the new stuff, I mean, that's got a good tight fit on it. No wobbling at all. It should clean it right up. And I was talking to the gentleman at the dealer and told him what had happened to this bracket, and he suggested just putting a washer on there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And hopefully, when this wheel starts to wear, it'll wear against the washer and not the bracket. Oh yeah, much better. I love shiny new parts. On my initial inspection of the deck, I also saw the, what I thought was a wash port on the underside had corroded or broken off or something. I inquired about that at the John Deere place, and a new wash port was only $4, so I went ahead and got one. Swap that out, see what that thing looks like. Oh, wow. Yeah, let me get the new part here. Oh yeah, there's quite a difference between those two. That thing is gone. Maybe I need another one of these too. I don't know. It's not sure it's ever been used. It's just filthy. Needs a washer in it. Yeah, I think that's all right.